Let us talk about unemployment. The national statistics show that unemployment is between 38 up to 44 or 45%. And if you ever take a stroll in the townships, you can see that some townships vary, but in some of these townships, unemployment is as high as 85%. Because it varies from a place like Soweto, and if you have to go to the deep rural Eastern Cape township, the unemployment rate is different and the economic activities are also different. So most people that I talk to, and one of the things that the solution going forward is entrepreneurship. South Africa, unlike most African countries, the biggest employer is government. I think South Africa employs, almost 500,000 people or employees. But if you go to the more developed, more advanced economies, it is the entrepreneurs, the private sector that is the biggest employer. So if we're going to solve an employment problem in this country, entrepreneurship becomes the fastest way going forward. But now unemployment is more among the black people, the black youth, unlike the Indians and the whites. And the reason here is most of us don't come from entrepreneur backgrounds. We don't come from backgrounds where we've seen our parents running businesses. Most of the black families where you have people that are well educated are normally from professional background where parents were either teachers, doctors, or accountants. So we have no idea what running a business takes. So the most common question in most of the workshops that we do, the young people, when we talk about entrepreneurship, the question is always, I want to start a business, but how do I start? So in this, I want to divide this. What is the criteria, or what are the things that you have to look at? 4 areas that you have to look at that you can start as an entrepreneur. The first one here is what I call pain. Pain, the other name for pain here is problem. What problem are you solving? And the higher the pain the problem causes to the people, the more in demand it is and the higher premium you can get for that. So for example, if we're talking about somebody that wants his lawn mowed, it's not as urgent as somebody that has a broken arm and he needs the arm fixed and the pain to be taken away. These are both problems, but the scale really varies. And the person with a broken arm is totally different, or is different pain from somebody that he's been involved in an accident and he has trauma on his head. The head is cut open and it's bleeding. Now, a surgeon, and then you have a bone surgeon, a neurosurgeon, a bone surgeon, and somebody that cuts grass. These are totally different people. They are providing a service, but the severity of the service, the level of the pain of whatever they are trying to take away or heal will determine how in demand they are and how much money they can charge. Then, second thing here is you have to ask yourself the size of the market. The size of the market. How big is the market that you're trying to serve? Because if you're trying to serve, let's say, you're trying to serve babies, it's a big market, but babies don't have money. So as much as you want to serve babies, you are targeting the parents. It's the parents that have the money that you want. The pain that you're trying to solve in the child, that pain is magnified in the parent. When a child cries because of boredom, or the child cries because they're sick, the mother feels the pain. And most people, the only way to take away the pain is to throw money at it. The poor people will always try to throw time at pain, but rich people throw money at it. So how big is that market? Number 3, It's affordability. Yes, they have a problem. Yes, it's a big crowd. 3, do they have money? So you can say your job now is you want to service unemployed people, people that are looking for work. Unemployment is a big problem for most people because that's the only way they can sustain themselves. It's the only way they know how to sustain themselves. Number 2, this is a growing market because consistently people are graduating from school, people are being born, people are being laid off. That market is consistently growing. But the problem here is, as much as this market is growing, this market doesn't have a fixed income or it doesn't have an income coming in. So this is not a good market. It doesn't really matter. You can't say that you can't build a business on writing CVs for unemployed people. You can't build a business in this age and era right now, like printing hard copy magazines or newspapers, because those things are still in demand, but it's dwindling because I can read a newspaper on my phone. I can read a newspaper on my tablet. I can read a newspaper or I can read news on social media. All those things are a big problem. So can they afford it? Okay. Number 4 here. How easy is it for them to be? Are they reachable? Is there a specific platform, a place where you can get these people at one go? Because it doesn't matter how good your product or service is. If you cannot reach the customer doesn't know that you exist. Now, the minute you have this, now, reachability here becomes an easy thing nowadays because of social media. Are they on social media or not? These 4 points, if you can find out what their pain point is, what the problem is, if you can find out if it's a big growing market, if they have money that is consistently coming in, and remember, most human beings should always throw money at their problems, and you have a way of reaching them. Which groups can you reach them? Where do they hang out? Where do they go for recreation? Where do they go for food? Where do they go to church? Now, if it hits all these 4, then I can guarantee you that that's a recipe for successful business. Which of these do you resonate with? Which one are you struggling with? Write it for us in the comment section. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe, like, and share. And God willing, I'll see you soon.